Nevertheless, they could not understand that I'm a black man, and I could never be a better run on the strength of
Brought to you by
situations of
Pfizer.
I wrote a rule to you, so I'm looking for the CEO. Looking for the CEO.
In this video, you're going to see the future.
U.S. Treasury is higher
Are getting some breaking news. We've got a livestock there.
Hey, you Awaken Wonders. Thanks for joining me today for Stay Free with Russell Brand. We've got a fantastic show today. Even as we speak, Tucker is trying to trump his last interview, which I think was very good, with a plucky little outsider called old Russ. He's going to talk to Putin. Will that interview be as well covered? Will it be as interesting? Will it be as pivotal for the future of the world? So we're going to be talking a bit about Tucker going to Russia to interview Putin. It's a brilliant bit of footage of Tucker. Even before he's anywhere near Putin, he's in a hotel, and you can hear he's using Russian manners. Any of you that know Russian people will know what I mean by Russian manners. You do not go chuckling and being too, what I call flamboyant around Russian people. Haven't they got like a phrase, like something like he who smiles gets a smack in the mouth? I'd like to talk to Lex Friedman about that one day. I've spent some time around Russian people. They don't play. I'd say they're the sort of country that you should think very carefully before going to war with. And if there is a diplomatic solution available, take the diplomatic solution. Again, I can't express my sympathy for the Ukrainian people who are suffering in this war, and indeed the Russian people who are suffering in this war enough. And of course, that is just a purported interview with Putin at the moment, although I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. In Here's the News, we're going to be exploring the new Child Safety Act, which, well, it's, the fact that it's called the Child Safety Act suggests it's not anything to do with bloody child safety. It's going to be about government control over social media. You'll love it. You'll enjoy seeing Zuckerberg participate in a piece of propaganda. You'll enjoy seeing the rather dignified head of TikTok spoken to as if he's a rent boy. It's pretty extraordinary and amusing, and I think you'll like it. I'm just hearing, of course, that some people are saying that Tucker could be in Russia to talk to Snowden. That's a pretty good interview, but you want to see the Putin interview, don't you? That's the thing you really want to see. Now, if you want to see our conversation with Tucker, that is up for our Awakened Wonders right now. In fact, have we got we're going to play that we're going to play that for you, because if you're watching this on YouTube, we got the show today is brilliant. We're going to start off with Tucker and Putin, then we're going to talk about the new Apple goggles. You know those Apple goggles, the augmented reality? They're absolutely, well, this is the thing where I'm conflicted by technology. These Apple goggles look bloody brilliant, but they also are going to present an opportunity to literally control our total experience of reality. If you're watching us on YouTube, we're going to do about 15 minutes over there. Then the rest of our fun-packed, jam-packed, free-speaking, free-wheeling hour will be over on that stream of freedom that we call Rumble, where we eschew the speech of hatred, for we love the Lord and want to bring about his kingdom here on earth, that we may oppose the corrupt, centralist, globalist authorities. Here's a little moment from my conversation with Tucker Carlson to whet your appetite if you're considering becoming an Awakened Wonder and supporting our work. This is where he's speaking out against dictatorships, and I noticed that my dog Bear, who's in this room somewhere, has managed to get dog hair on his upper pectoral. Have a look.
People want a dictator, actually. I mean, the founders of my country certainly believe that, and they set all these very complicated systems in place to deny people their desire to be ruled over.
Excuse me. Just get dog hair there, just as you were outlining the American.
I'm so covered in dog hair.
Have a look at that. That's exclusively available for our Awakened Wonders. Meanwhile, Tucker is using a very different aspect of his persona because he is in Russia. Let's have a look at a legacy media reporting on that. Tucker Carlson apparently pictured in Russia amid rumors of interview with Putin. Former Fox News host, check this, bit of propaganda even there, who is sympathetic to the Russian president, appeared in Kremlin media at a performance of Spartacus in Moscow. A few things to unpack there. I don't know that you would say that Tucker Carlson is sympathetic to the Russian president. It's just like, we showed you last week, there was a poll of 40,000 people in our country where we were asked, who would you vote for? Rishi Sunak, Moderna investor, WEF stooge, Keir Starmer, centralist Davos affiliate, or Vladimir Putin? And you know what people are like now? People went, Putin! We'd vote for Putin! People are so now throbbing with anti-establishmentism that we would literally roll the dice on former KGB agent Putin. Is it Vladimir Putin? Like, I mean, I should learn the name of actual world leaders given the job I do. Who's that guy? Over there in front of that castle. That's the Kremlin. He seems pretty cross. Yeah, he's the president of Russia. Frightening guy. Has he got a first name at all? Listen, I'm too busy. And who's this last guy? Boris Yeltsin. All right, I've not got time to educate you. Nevertheless, what I would say is that what Tucker Carlson's not done is immediately bent over to globalist, anti-war, jingoist rhetoric that, do you remember, check this out, just as an example. After the Second World War, and during the Second World War, in fact, Japanese American citizens were put into internment camps, weren't they? It's like, well, we're at war with Japan, we've got to round up Japanese people. And then after the Second World War, there's a kind of reckoning. Was that right that we did that to Japanese people? Didn't we mistreat them a little? Was that the right way to behave? And now we're back to the kind of jingoism that preceded it. Like, oh, well, if you're Russian, you're a baddie. If it's Solzhenitsyn, Tchaikovsky, Lex Friedman, Konstantin over in our country, they're baddies. They're all like, we're not at war with Russia, purportedly, are we? We may be advocating for, supporting, financing Ukraine's war with them, and not questioning the principles of Ukrainian democracy. A lot of Ukrainian people think that Ukrainian democracy is in serious trouble. Now, former Chief of Staff Bill Kristol, who played a leading role in advocating for the 2003 invasion of Iraq, also is the director of a group called Defending Democracy. Check out where that's funded. It'll be one of those organizations called Defending Democracy, brought to you by Pfizer, brought to you by Northrop Grumman, won't it? I mean, I haven't even done this research yet. Why don't one of you in the Rumble chat, I'm talking about you, Central Scrutinizer, or you, Steve McGraw, find out now where Defending Democracy gets its funding from. I bet it ain't from the Girl Guides. I bet you it ain't. Anyway, this is what he posted about Tucker, literally saying, perhaps we need a total and complete shutdown of Tucker Carlson re-entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what's going on. That's a late night tweet, Bill. He's taking Elon Musk's advice, isn't he? And doing his own X posts. And maybe some people shouldn't do that. Tucker Carlson's a journalist. A journalist has every right to speak to a world leader. I think what they're realizing now, tell me if you agree with this. I think what they're realizing is Tucker Carlson is like a monarch of online space and journalism, okay? Isn't he? If Tucker Carlson posts a conversation on X that won't censor it because of Elon Musk with Putin, and Putin says, if you let us have Crimea, if you allow some sovereignty and autonomy for Russian natives in the area of Donbass, the disputed region of Donbass, and if Ukraine don't join NATO, we'll end this war tomorrow. Now, if that gets said, and we all see it, how many of you want your taxpayer dollars and pounds going upstream to NATO? How many of you even know what NATO is for in the post-Cold War world? How many of you wouldn't welcome a genuine reckoning when it comes to the role of the IMF, the World Bank, the WHO, the WEF, NATO? What are all these things doing for you lately? They helping you with your grocery prices? They helping you with your energy prices? They helping you in your community? They helping your democracy? They helping you in your marriage? They helping you in your relationship with God? Oh no, I don't know what I'll do if NATO gets ended. The truth is I literally don't know, because as far as I know, maybe Russia is an imperialist, expansionist nation that has designs to recreate the Soviet Union. Maybe they are a nation of Mongol people that will stop at nothing until they've achieved total control. You know what? I'd like to see an interview with a guy that's running that country. And to say that it's like treason to have that conversation, what kind of moronic language is that? What do the legacy media think they're playing at? What do they think they're dealing with? Dupes, dopes, and rubes from rinky-dink towns that don't know nothing, that can't assess information for themselves? Is that what they think we are? We know that the answer is yes. That's exactly what you think you are. They think you are, excuse me. You can think whatever you want in your own private consciousness for now, until the Apple goggles are on, and then you'll think whatever the state demands you think. Another move that offers leisure and convenience that ultimately might end up controlling the spaces of your attention. In our conversation with Vivek Ramaswamy that our community on Locals joined us for, we talked about that attitude of parentalism. I liked it. I liked it a lot because what I like was he said that what they believe in, essentially, the establishment, let's call it, for simplicity's sake, the NATOs, the WHO, the neocons, the neoliberal organisation, what they believe in is parentalism. They believe that you don't know how to assess information. That's why they advocate for censorship, because they think, oh my God, if those poor fools see all this information, they're going to make bad decisions. They mean your humble narrator in the Rumble chat. They mean FX Extreme. They mean Ghostar. All of you are too stupid, they think. We even talked about controlled opposition, you know, because I see some people talking about my tattoo. I love the tattoo. 33 vertebrae in the spine. I love our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. 33, sacred number. I'm telling you, do some research. You will not find me in the Masons or the Illuminati. Let's have a look at Tucker in a Russian hotel. And anyone that's spent any time around Russians will know that stay calm around them, because they can, you know, they can get pretty leery.
Меня зовут Алексей. Мне нравится то, что вы делаете. Вы лучший журналист в США. Я живу в Москве.
I call that Pope manners, isn't it? Like, you know, you sort of go, thank you. Or maybe if you're at a funeral, thank you.
Я люблю этот город, он красивый.
Thank you. It's really, yes.
Что вы делаете в России?
Хотел на нее посмотреть, я так много читал о ней.
Tucker got every right to be in Russia and talk to Putin or Edward Snowden. He's a journalist, isn't he? He's communicating with the world. We did a poll earlier on a number of sites. Let's have a look at those poll results right now. We asked you, does he have every right? This is the way we posed this question here. And 45,000 of you voted. Who's the real traitor? Joe Biden for continuing to fund the Ukraine war, or Tucker Carlson for maybe interviewing Putin in Russia? Dun, 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 dun. Do you believe in democracy? Do you believe in referenda? If so, Biden. We asked the same question on another platform, 88%. Some people went with B because of the power of propaganda. Let's carry on. If I press play, it's going to continue with Tucker where we left off. Let's have a look. No. So let's continue with Tucker where we left off.
Thanks.
You know, because I've read so much about it, but I'd never seen it before.
Я хотел поговорить с людьми и посмотреть на то, как все устроено.
Может быть, взять интервью у Путина? Ваш визит в Москву взорвал медиа США.
Я не знаю, они сумасшедшие. Реально.
That in America or the UK would have been a Tucker laugh, no? You know, when he goes, ha ha ha, you know, when he does their mad laughs. Oh my God, you peed in my yard! That's a, ho-ho! You know, I say this as an advocate of Tucker Carlson. And I believe if I was voting in that, of course Tucker Carlson should interview Putin. Of course we should all hear what Putin's saying. If Putin publicly says, these are the conditions under which we would be willing to accept a diplomatic agreement, then we triangulate that with our assessment of current Ukrainian democracy and the well-being of Ukrainian people and a number of Ukrainian lives lost and Russian lives lost and American taxpayer dollars spent, and what we know now about the expenditure in the Afghanistan conflict, $2 trillion. What the hell did that achieve? Our other adventures in the Middle East, the escalating conflicts elsewhere in the Middle East, the Houthis. Shouldn't we be saving some money to kill Houthis? Wherever I see a Houthi, I say, Houthi are in trouble, Houthi. Can't we, you know, if you assume that we are unable to assess information, then you are at odds with everything we believe in. In fact, that's the video we made for our Awakened Wonder community is on that subject precisely. We take some of the work of Terence McKenna and talk about individual sovereignty. I'm being asked in the chat by 136H9TM, Russell, will you interview President Xi? Yes, I will. I'm on my way to China. I've already been accused of being a Chinese asset. I'm getting over there now. Logically AI, they say I'm a Chinese asset. I'm getting the hell over to China right now. You see some politeness there, I tell you. Like I'm laughing about Tucker's manners in Russia. You mean China? Hello, Mr. Xi. I've always thought you're doing a good job, sir. I liked the Olympics. I like Chinese food. I'm panicking. I can't think of anything to say. Let's see how the legacy media reacted. And if you're watching us over on YouTube, you gotta join us on. You think we're interested in hate speech? You think that's what inspires us? You think me as a father of 3 children, I get up every day and say, how can I spread hate? I want to spread love so that we have a chance of saving the lives of future generations that this globalist establishment cartel is hell-bent on destroying. You've seen their games. Okay, let's have a look at how the mainstream media reacted to Tucker. Tucker Carlson in Moscow for Putin. That's the pro-Kremlin crowd. Hope so. Are you pro-Kremlin? Are you pro-Putin? I ain't pro. Yeah, Queen manners. Someone on GGFD, one of our community members says, Queen manners. Yeah, I did meet Her Majesty the Queen once. As always, hello, Majesty. Hello, yes, no, Your Majesty, please, thank you. Let's have a look what Mother Jones say about the Tucker going Russia. Leaked Kremlin memo to Russian media. It is essential to feature Tucker Carlson. Do you remember as well? Isn't part of like the Tucker's deal with Fox, like and getting booted out of Fox? Like, and remember people were hacking his phone, weren't they? Saying, oh, he's in touch with the Russians. Super Day 101. Keep going, Russell. I'll keep going. You keep going. We'll all keep going together. Pro stay free only, says Chaotic 022444. We're about to hit 20,000 in the Rumble stream. Guys, on YouTube, we need you to join us. Before that, I'm going to show you a brilliant reaction from RFK on X. The legacy media is in shambles because we've caught onto their lies and propaganda. Tucker Carlson has every right to interview Putin. We need more transparency instead of less. It used to be understood journalists would interview world leaders, even those with whom we were at war. Look at how the legacy media behave now. The legacy media want to shut down dissent. The legacy media are an arm of the establishment now. They will actively find people, I know this from personal experience, that are opposing government narrative, and they will do anything they can. They will amplify untruths. They will lie. They will do whatever it takes to destroy it. Let's have a look at what Glenn Greenwald's saying, that a journalist or any American becomes a traitor by visiting a foreign country we're not at war with and interviewing its leader is in equal parts demented, stupid, and authoritarian. But this McCarthyite jingoism is also fully normalized in liberal discourse. That's liberalism. Those are the countries that will say, you know, that, well, Russia, you know, like remember when Sting released that song, Do the Russians Love Their Children Too? Now the answer would be, no, they don't love their children at all. Poor old, once you start arguing with Sting, you've got a problem. He's one of our great pop stars. Okay, listen, if you're watching us on YouTube, we got some fantastic stuff. We're talking about the Apple goggles. I'm not even going to call them their proper name out of, I don't know, childishness, call it what you will. That's the future now. Will the world be augmented, well done, in Apple goggles? We're talking a little bit about Rogan's new deal and what that means for legacy media. We're talking about Nikki Haley on SNL. Is she an establishment stooge or what? If you're watching this anywhere other than Rumble, click the link. Get over here. Join in with the freedom. We're spirited. We believe in change. We ain't terrified. We ain't a part of the apocalyptic cult. We're part of freedom and love, and you can be with us. Click the link in the description. Get over here now, y'all. Click that link right now. Listen to this. This is the Apple Vision.